Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. So today's video is going to be the start of a series over on my channel, and it's going to follow my weight loss journey in 2025. I guess we want to delve into a bit of a background of my weight gain. I have been lucky enough most of my adult life pre-babies to be quite slim. I was about size 10. I am about 5'7½", and yeah, so I've always been around a 10, sometimes peaking to a 12 in the top area because my bust has always been larger, and then sometimes down to an 8. It's always fluctuated between there. I put on a little bit of weight when I lived in Australia, but when I came back I lost the weight and more, dropped down to an 8, and I pretty much, yeah, been around those figures. I can't remember how much I was weighing around them, but maybe around the 10 stone mark or 9.5. I'm not really sure. And then in 2019, I damaged my back really badly. I ended up having, so that was the beginning of the year. And then by the June, I had a procedure and had injections in my spine because it was that bad. I could not move, I could not walk. So obviously I wasn't being active at all, let alone being able to work out. So I put on a bit of weight there where I just wasn't moving my body. And then after the June, I had a couple of months, went on holiday, and then I got pregnant in September, and that was 2020. And in 19, I got pregnant in 2019, had my daughter in July 2020. So ever since there, I haven't been able to shift away from what I put on in my pregnancy, and then I had my second daughter in 2023. I've been able to drop a stone or so initially after birth, like that excess pregnancy weight, but like I'm just stuck. I'm stuck at the moment. I was 13, so the first time I weighed myself last Tuesday I was 13.7, and that was my starting weight. And yeah, so I have made some healthy changes which I'm going to tell you in this video, and within a week I've been able to lose a 7 pound. I can't quite believe it. Obviously that it was just ready to go off my body. Just changing habits has made me lose that in a week. So I've actually weighed myself today. So that was Tuesday, it's now Friday. So in 3 days I lost another pound. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through some of the changes I have made so far to help me kickstart my weight loss journey and lose 7 pounds in 1 week. So first of all, I have changed up my diet. I've re-looked at what I was doing in my diet, which wasn't particularly good pre-January. Obviously there was Christmas, but even before that, so just a quick mention, I have managed to put on a stone from September to the end of December, so in 2 months, because I got into a really bad habit. I was really busy with work. I was editing most nights to 12 o'clock at night. I was stress eating chocolate, so I was sitting there chocolate, and I mean the slabs, like the slabs of chocolate. I was just cooking ham, cheese and tomato toasties for lunch. I was having really large carby meals, so I wasn't eating well at all, and I was probably well over my calories. So I have gone back to Green Chef. I've used these over and over again. I love their meals and I find them really, really good to like kickstart my healthy eating. I go for a low carb diet. I feel that for me that's not so much of a sacrifice because I'm not that really bothered by bread or pastas or anything like that. Do love a potato now and then, but I can forego, like I could quite happily have cauliflower mash instead of mashed potato, but again I will never deprive myself of something I love. So for me, roast dinners is my favourite dinner, so I will go for my potatoes and Yorkshire puddings and things like that with my roast dinner. It's just, I obviously most of the rest of the time I eat healthy and just generally a bit low carb. So these are great because I can pick low carb and ketos. They have all the information on there in carbs and protein. This is not sponsored, but I've got a link from my account anyways that gives, I think I've got 10 free boxes to give away for people that have never used them. So the link will be down in the description box below, but if you want to give Green Chef a go, then you can get a free box and trial them out. So yeah, I absolutely love that. And it's changing things up. Like before Christmas, I was just drinking Sprite after Sprite after Sprite. I have changed up to fizzy waters because they've only got a few calories in them, the flavoured ones, or just general fizzy water themselves. Makes me feel like I'm having a bit more than water, but you know, there's really no calories in there. Next up is making sure I'm up with my supplements. So I've started taking, they're called Zuki, and they're like sachet ones. They're Liprazole supplements or vitamins. Basically, it means it's the way they're created, I think. This is not, I'm not the best at this science, but I think it's the way it's created. It means the vitamins are 4 times more absorbent in your body. And also, I always found it really hard to take a load of tablets. Because if I took them at the wrong time on an empty stomach or whatever, I would just make me like, oh, so nauseous and make me feel sick. Then I forget to take them. But with these like liquid supplements, I find it really easy to have them, and I just do them every day. I've been keeping on top of my vitamins. So I take magnesium, which is, sorry, this keeps going out of focus. I take magnesium because it is really good for women in general. So I take that to help with my monthly cycles. I've got a lovely vitamin D because it is winter in England, so we haven't seen sun in a very long time. Vitamin C, obviously for the immune system. Again, winter, we need to boost that. And then I've got ashwagandha to help with my mood. Now, I have noticed as well that where I've been really stressed out, I've been stress eating, and like the other day I've been absolutely fine, no really hunger pangs, and then the girls really stressed me out. I was getting really stressed, and all of a sudden I just craving chocolate, and like my mum was like, feed me, give me chocolate, I need a sugar hit, you're stressed out. So I believe my like cortisol levels are up here, and when your cortisol levels are higher, that also does not help with weight loss. You know, it stores a lot of weight on your body. So I'm trying to bring my mood down and help with a little bit of ashwagandha, trying to just level out my stress to help with my weight loss and not having those cravings when I'm stressed out. So next up is intermittent fasting. Now, I've always been doing this. I'm someone that does not eat in the mornings. When I'm suffering quite bad with IBS flare-ups, I couldn't eat anyway. And I did some like research, and intermittent fasting is actually really good for stomach issues because it gives your stomach a bigger window of not eating to help recover. So I did it for more health benefits before rather than diet benefits, but I do intermittent fasting. So I will try to get through to 12 o'clock, but if I can't, no biggie, I'm not going to stress about it. So say today, actually, I was so hungry when I woke up that I had a yogurt. So what I do is I always break my fast with protein. So I always have a protein yogurt, because I noticed before when I was doing it and I was having fruit, I was eating fruit, and then all of a sudden I'll be ravenous, like, and I would be hungry. And obviously I was having fruit, which has got sugar in it, and it was spiking my glucose. And then, yeah, so I was just even more hungry. So I always break it with protein, with my protein yogurts. I'm not a fan of eggs, but eggs is another good one. So yeah, intermittent fasting, I try to do like 12 to 8, but I am not strict. I just like to give myself a break because I naturally prefer it anyway. Another thing I like to add in is bone broth. Bone broth is just fantastic for everything: hair, skin, nails, collagen, 25 grams of protein. So on the first few days, I was generally just having a big cup of bone broth for my lunches as well, just trying to like detox my body a bit, get all this in. But this is absolutely great just to add in. I'm not sure how many calories, it's not that many calories per cup, but yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's so good, so many health benefits. Such a great thing to add into your health or weight loss journey. So next up is a calorie app. I use NutriCheck. I really like this one. I can scan barcodes and the information can come across, or with my Green Chef meals, I just type in a search bar Green Chef and then the meal name, and then they're always on there and I can just put them in. So I make sure that I'm eating in a calorie deficit, so eating below my calories, or that I am getting enough protein. They're like the two things I check. I am not obsessed with it, so if I do go over, I'm not gonna feel guilty or be, you know, have any bad relationship to these numbers. It just gives me an idea, because you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So I take it with a pinch of salt. Just make sure, you know, if I've gone 400 calories over, there's what am I doing wrong? What can I do better tomorrow kind of attitude. But yeah, it really helps me just see what I'm doing, see what I'm eating, because things can really surprise you. You think they're healthy and they are calorific. So it just gives you a really big idea of like what you're eating. So I always recommend just starting off there, just so you can gauge what you're eating and kind of how many calories it is. You don't have to like be so strict with it, but you do need to have an idea. Now on to exercise and working out. So the main focus of my exercise has just been walking and making sure I keep up with my steps. So I did mention at the beginning of this video that I damaged my back in 2019. Now just before Christmas just gone, I really hurt it again. I couldn't stand up without crying. I had to go to the hospital, to A&E, and get painkillers because it was really bad, and it's still not right at the moment. It's still really sore. Now I know in the long run that doing strengthening and Pilates is really going to help my back by strengthening my core, but I'm just still a little bit nervous because it is really bad. Like last night I had to lay there with painkillers and a water bottle because it's still quite bad. But I have been making sure that I am keeping up with my steps. Now I know 10,000 steps is the average, what they say, but for me that's quite easy for me to hit in a day. So I've put my target higher, so around 15,000 steps. 3 days of the week I walk to school, and it's a 30-minute in the morning and it's a 30-minute in the afternoon, plus other walking here and there, like to Elodie's playgroup. So I'm just making sure that I keep up with my steps. I've got a walking pad, so for days that I haven't really hit it because I've either been having to work at my desk or it hasn't been as active day, I will get the walking pad out and just make sure I keep it with those steps. But that is the main focus, just walking, keeping my body moving, not sitting down all the time, just getting up, getting on the move. I do plan to start doing some weight training and Pilates. I want to do some reformer, and that'll be the next step. But to start off with as well, I just didn't want to shock my body too much or put too much pressure on me, especially with my back, and I didn't want to then injure that and be even worse off than I am now. So that is how I managed to lose 7 pounds in 1 week. I hope you found this video really helpful. As I said, this is going to be the start of a series on my channel. I'm going to take you guys along my weight loss journey. So if you're interested in that, after some tips, or just want a fellow person along the way with your weight loss journey, then please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next check-in. Goodbye.